Subscribe to Let's Share Solutions and press the bell icon for daily study tips, career advice and personality development videos with me, Ashwani Thakur. Last week I made a video on how to get the motivation to study and the video got very good response. If you haven't watched the video, you can watch it from the link here or in the description. In this video, I'll share with you a smart study technique for extraordinary result. So here's the smart technique. S stands for specific. What will you study at this time? At 3 to 5 p.m., what will you study? At 5 to 7 p.m., what will you study? So what exactly will you study? You have to make a note of it before you start studying. Don't specify after you sit down to study. Before you study, it should be ready that I will study at 3 to 5 this, 5 to 7 this. So it should be specific. You should be sure about that. Second is M. M stands for measurable. So whatever that you study, it should be measurable. After you complete your studies, you should be able to calculate that yes, I studied for 2 hours and this is what I studied. You can't just say that I studied this subject at this time. No. The subject and what exactly in the subject, how many chapters, how many exercises, you have to decide. It should be measurable. After you complete your studies, you should be able to measure that yes, I studied this much. If you cannot calculate how much you studied, what you studied, if you cannot calculate that, how will you know where you stand? How will you know that how much you have progressed? How will you know that what is your status right now? How much you can improve the next day? And the third is A. A stands for achievable. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Don't set your study goals so high that you won't be able to achieve them. Of course, you are setting good goals, high goals, big goals, but it should not be too high that you will not be able to achieve it. And that you have to decide. You have to consult your teachers, consult your peers, consult your mentors, and you can decide how much is the best goal that you can set. It should not be so big that it is not achievable. This also brings us to the next point, which is R. R stands for realistic. Don't be unrealistic. You know why sometimes we set unrealistic study goals? Because deep down we know that we will not be able to complete it. Or we don't want to complete it. So we will say, okay, on Sunday, I will do the whole chapter. Now, deep down, you know that you will not be able to study the whole chapter on Sunday in one day. But you set that unrealistic goal because you just want to postpone it. It is just a way of procrastinating. So that's why we sometimes set up unrealistic goals. But if we know that how much we can study, because some things take time to understand and it requires practice in a proper flow. You can't study something in one day. There are some things which will take few days to study. So you have to make a plan for it. And you have to make sure that I'll study for 2 hours every day. And in 5 days, I'll be able to complete this schedule that I have set up for me. So in that case, you have to be very realistic. So be realistic, because in this way, you will never procrastinate and you will never leave anything for later day. You will make sure that you have a plan and you work on that. You will finish it in that time that you decide. And the final thing is T. S-M-A-R-T. T stands for time bound. This is very important. You know, Shankar Ehsaan Loy, very big composers and singers in India. I once watched their interview and they were asked that what is their secret of creating such beautiful music? What is their secret that they can compose so much in a year? They create many songs. All the songs are good. What is their secret of their productivity, of their creativity? And you know, the answer that they gave was that the secret of their productivity and their creativity lies in deadline. When they get a deadline from the director or producer, they now know that they have to complete the task now. And because of the deadline, the creativity flows faster. And they are able to complete the task and do more work. In the same way, if you set up a time that I will study for this much time, this is what I will study, and I will complete it in this time, then your mind will function accordingly and you will accomplish more in less time because you've already given yourself a deadline. In this, I would also like to add another thing is that when you set a deadline, use stopwatch. I use stopwatch a lot. Every day when I work, I still use stopwatch. I have a stopwatch on my computer. You can have a stopwatch on your computer, on your phone, or just have a stopwatch separately. A physical stopwatch also you can use. What it will do, when, let's say you are studying with a teacher and you have a teacher in front of you. So because of that teacher, you will concentrate more, you will focus more, and you will not waste your time because you know that your teacher is looking at you. In the same way, when you have a stopwatch, the stopwatch acts like a teacher. It is like it's telling you you must focus and don't do anything else. So it helps you to stay focused and complete your task on time. So once you set up a deadline to study, you will see that you will be more productive. You will study better and faster. I hope this smart study strategy will help you in increasing your study performance multiple times. I wish you all the best, and if you have any questions, don't forget to ask. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope it helped you. With every video I produce, my goal is to increase the level of your happiness, health, and wealth. If you like the video, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out my Hindi channel and business channel.